authorizing Councilmember Geyer to attend the Association of Washington Cities Legislative Conference. Is there a briefing?
Okay. On December 26th, I forwarded an email to the mayor and council asking if anyone planned to attend the Association of Washington Cities City Legislative Action Conference being held February 13th and 14th in Olympia. The Councilmember Geyer was the only person to respond and express an interest in attending that conference. I just had a clarification that we are a member of AWC, therefore Councilmember Geyer did receive the member rate for registration. The total cost is $378.54 for registration and hotel, and staff would recommend approving Councilmember Geyer's request to attend the AWC City Legislative Action Conference on February 13th and 14th in Olympia.
Question? Walker.
I don't remember the travel policy off the top of my head, but isn't there a mileage requirement just before an overnight stay is authorized? Does this meet that?
It's 50 miles.
Is it?
I didn't have to test it, I'm sorry. I didn't think it was that.
It's over 60 miles.
Jen should be able to tell us.
I think it's a plan. It's about 47.8. Not like I've driven there. That's farther than my house.
And it's far.
About 5 miles around the corner.
About 3 miles from Olympia.
Okay. I would just make sure that we're in compliance with the travel policy before we approve it.
Because I can go right down my mileage too.
What? I think you're required to, isn't it?
Well, we can do it.
I think it'd be cheaper if you just go back to Boston and take mileage.
You can carpool with her.
She could. She must have been home late. Is there a motion to be made?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Councilmember Halsey has moved and Councilmember Putnam has seconded that the office resolution 2013-015. Councilmember Halsey?
Oftentimes, conferences and things like that, like you're there at 8 o'clock in the morning, because they're going to feed you breakfast and start talking, you're all alert. So, that's a little bit much to after you're driving. It's just over 50 miles.
Councilmember Putnam?
Okay. Pass around to other people's comment. I'm actually Googling the distance right now, and we'll confirm it. But other than that, the insurance company does want us to be current on legislative awareness, on various trainings. One of the factors that goes into the rating of a policy is the competence of the board to administer the entity, and ongoing training in legislative affairs is part of that.
Councilmember Jones?
So I say sure, like Councilmember Walker, that when we're in compliance, we stay in compliance.
Further comments? Comments from the audience? Did you get your Google results?
It is searching right now. Let's see.
I'm hearing it's 52 miles. I'll say Ken said that just in case it's not. We get to blame somebody else. No, but that sounds reasonable.
It's coming up with an ambiguous.
So while we're looking at that, I'm going to abstain from voting from this, and just so council and everybody knows, I've already paid for everything.
Okay.
So getting some money back would be appreciative, but if I don't get the hotel back, it's worth it to pay it and drive there first thing in the morning.
If you've already paid it,
I've already paid it. I was looking for reimbursement.
what do we debate about?
All right. Motion before the council is adoption of resolution 2013-015, authorizing Councilmember Geyer to attend the Association of Washington Cities Legislative Conference. Roll call of council.
Councilmember Steiger?
Aye.
Councilmember Walker?
Aye.
Councilmember Geyer? Councilmember Halsey?
Aye.
Councilmember Jones?
Aye.
Councilmember McMahon?
Aye.
Councilmember Putnam?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Indeed it does. Next item is item J, adoption of resolution 2013-016, authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement with the Association of Washington Cities Drug and Alcohol Consortium. Is there a report?
Yes, and I'll keep it as simple as I can. As you know, it came to my attention that we were not participating in the Drug and Alcohol Consortium as required by Federal Law 49 CFR Part 40, and which requires all CDL drivers who drive commercial vehicles to be tested randomly for drug and alcohol abuse. The Association of Washington Cities has a consortium program, and I contacted them. They stated the annual membership is $175 for random drug testing per person. There's 6 employees that fall within this category. It's $52 per person for $312. And then staff had discussed having pre-employment testing for all drivers other than the police department who do their drug and alcohol testing up front when they hire people. So that would leave all of the public works employees because they've never been tested, this is the baseline, as well as the community service employees who drive the van. So that's, and Jim Shunke, who also has, who drives the city vehicle, and that includes Mr. Barnett. So that's 10 employees for an additional cost of $520 to have that. So the total cost for 2013 would be $1,007. Staff recommends adopting the resolution and entering into a contract with AWC's Drug and Alcohol Consortium to meet these requirements.
Questions of staff? Is there a motion to be made?
Move to approve resolution 2013.
There's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Guyer, seconded by Councilmember Putnam to adopt resolution 2013-016. Councilmember Guyer?
I think we need to be in compliance.
Councilmember Putnam?
Especially considering the deductible on our current insurance and the city's liability exposure for CDL operation, I think any defense we have as to having proper policies in place is a good idea, even if it wasn't required by federal law.
Further comments from council? Seeing none, comments from the audience? Come on up.
John Thompson, 406 2nd Avenue Southeast. To be honest with you, I am totally shocked that something hasn't been in place already. I worked for a company that I retired from, and I had this habit of falling off equipment. And every time I did, drug check. One time I burnt my hand, and I had to do a drug check before they'd treat my hand. Now, all jokes aside, you ever try to take the coveralls off with one hand? It's hard. Like I say, I'm surprised. I'm really surprised. And I think it's the best thing we can have.
Further comments? Okay.
You might want to add, I know you have to make a motion to do this, but it's possible the mayor might not want to sign this one. So you might want to add Mayor Pro Tem for signature.
Make a motion to modify to include the Mayor Pro Tem to the signature.
There's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Motion is by Councilmember Jones seconded by Councilmember Steiger to amend Resolution 2013-016 to also authorize the Mayor Pro Tem to execute the agreement. Councilmember Jones, make your motion.
Just to make sure, cover our base, make sure that this process gets signed into the law.
Councilmember Steiger.
I just think it's long overdue, it should have been done a long time ago.
Further comments from the audience on the motion? Councilmember Putnam.
I'm just curious if staff has any comments on, do we have reason to believe that the mayor would be opposed to complying with federal law? Or is this just precautionary?
It's more precautionary because of his feelings towards the crew and a couple comments that he's made.
Okay, thank you.
Further comments from the council on the motion to amend? Comments from the audience on the motion to amend? Motion before the council is a motion by Councilmember Jones, seconded by Councilmember Steiger to amend the resolution 2013-016 to also authorize the Mayor Pro Tem to sign the agreement. All those in favor of the motion to amend, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. The motion carries. We are now back to the motion as amended by Councilmember Guyer, seconded by Councilmember Putnam, if I got that, if I remember correctly, to approve Resolution 2013-016 as amended. Further comments from council? We had comments from the audience. Roll call council, please.
Councilmember Walker?
Aye.
Councilmember Guyer?
Aye.
Councilmember Halsey?
Aye.
Councilmember Jones?
Aye.
Councilmember McMahon?
Aye.
Councilmember Putnam?
Aye.
Councilmember Steiger?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Indeed it does. Next item is item number K, adoption of resolution 2013-017, approving the city personnel policy briefing.
Okay. So we found out that back in 1993 was the last time the personnel policies were updated, so they're a little outdated. My predecessors have been working on updating the policies, so what's before you, our former city clerk, Sandy Paul and Jane Montgomery's changes or proposed changes. Just to get something more current on the books, I'm asking if you will adopt them. And for our discussion at the workshop, I've incorporated resolution number 1094, the credit card policy, 1092, mobile communication device policy, 1095, travel policy, 1096, procurement policy, and the computer use and internet policy, though I could not find a resolution that adopted that policy. So I just threw it in at the second. So I would ask that you just adopt the policy.
Other questions of staff? Is there a motion to be made?
So moved.
Second.
Motion is by Councilmember Halsey, seconded by Councilmember Putnam to approve resolution 2013-017. Councilmember Halsey.
Just update personnel policies, and in a moment I'm going to amend it to include the mayor pro tem signature.
Councilmember Putnam.
I believe council has some changes that we'd like to make in these policies going forward, but given the extreme obsolescence of the existing policies and the need for clarity in case of suits that challenge actions under the existing policies, I would strongly recommend approval.
I would like to amend, I move to amend to include the mayor pro tem signature as authorized.
I'll second that.
Motion by Councilmember Halsey, seconded by Councilmember Steiger to amend resolution 2013-017, authorizing the mayor pro tem to sign it.
Mayor or mayor pro tem.
Mayor, thank you for that. Councilmember Halsey, to speak to your motion.
I think that should be standard policy from here on out on all resolutions and ordinances.
Councilmember Steiger.
I agree.
Any remarks from the council? Comments from the audience? I have a question, perhaps it's for Mr. Luce. Where's the signature required for this?
Where is the signature?
Yeah, I'm
You mean, does it have to be the mayor?
well, no, I'm just wondering, where is it that is signed? Would this be applicable to the resolution itself? There's no underlying contract that's signed. We're just adopting the policy. Is it the resolution itself that has?
The resolution itself that the mayor will be signing, and my understanding is, I'll look at it again, the mayor doesn't have to sign the resolution.
So is this automatic? I'm wondering if this is necessary. I'm
The mayor
not
would
understanding
sign.
where I would sign.
Well, the mayor would sign only the resolution, he would not sign the personnel policy, because you have adopted, the council has adopted the policy. And that's automatically incorporated into the existing policy.
And my understanding, as with all of the resolutions enacted tonight, in the absence of the mayor, I'm acting as mayor, and I would sign those that are adopted by the council tonight.
That's correct, but they're automatically effective anyways, and no one needs to sign.
Okay.
So it's essentially a magisterial signature now?
That's something that-
Magisterial signature, it's not a
Right.
discretionary act, it's simply attesting that it actually did happen?
Yes.
Okay. So the motion before the council is a motion by Councilmember Halsey, second by Councilmember Steiger, to amend the resolution enabling the mayor or the mayor pro tem to sign it. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Those opposed, no. The motion is adopted. Motion before the council is the motion as amended by Councilmember Halsey, second by Councilmember Putnam, to approve resolution 2013-017, marked from council.
We just want to make sure that get your name on the line in case there's a suit.
Councilmember
The mayor's signature is on the resolution, because unless they have a fiscal note attached to it, unless there's a cost involved, then he also has veto on it.
Not on resolution.
Further comments from the council? Comments from the audience? Motion before the council is a motion by Councilmember Halsey, seconded by Councilmember Putnam, to adopt resolution number 2013-017 as amended, approving city personnel policies. Roll call, council, please.
Councilmember Halsey,
Aye.
Councilmember Jones,
Aye.
Councilmember McMahon,
Aye.
Councilmember Putnam,
Aye.
Councilmember Steiger,
Aye.
Councilmember Walker,
Aye.
Councilmember Guyer,
Aye.
motion passes.
Indeed it does. Next is item number L, adoption of resolution number 2013-018, authorizing the mayor to execute letter to CIAW regarding extended reporting insurance coverage for wrongful acts. Briefing, please.
So on January 1, the city's insurance coverage through CIAW expired. As part of that expiry policy, CIAW had to offer extended reporting endorsement insurance coverage for wrongful acts claims. On December 18th, we received a letter from CIAW outlining the terms of the extended reporting endorsement. This went before Finance Committee and the workshop with direction for staff to, at the last workshop, staff was to inquire about splitting the endorsement premium over two years if the council decided to go with the 24-month policy. I spoke with the underwriter who advised that the full premium is due upon binding coverage, whether it's 1 year or 2 years, and they will not split the cost. So staff would recommend adopting the resolution. I have it in there for 1 year based on the discussion of the workshop, so it's up to you.
Other questions of staff? Councilmember Walker.
So the way I understand this, and I apologize, I wasn't at the meeting, I did watch the video, thank you, Gene, is that this will cover us, for example, 2012, if a claim is filed in 2013 or 2014, if we adopt the 2-year, right? And statute of limitations is 3 years. So in 2015, if someone files a suit, the city is on the hook for everything,
That would be correct.
which would basically, let's say it's a $500,000 suit, would bankrupt us. And then it would go after the council, theoretically. And the elected at the time of when the claim was filed, which would be us.
There's potential liability on the acts of the city upon the council. It is remote, but potentially is there. Yes.
And maybe I'm the only one, but 2012 was not the model year. And the risk of lawsuits, I would say, is exponentially higher than in 2011, or any of the other years that any of us have served. Is it worth $40,000? I would strongly encourage 2 years. And from every elected that I've talked to, has begged me, before we had this coverage secured, begged me to call them and ask for a 3-year policy. And I think Leanne has also talked to some of the same people I have. So
let's make sure we're still in questions of staff before we debate them.
Sorry.
They're right. Are there other questions of staff? I have a question. Where's the resolution?
It's in your paper. It's in the stuff I did.
Thank you.
You may not be aware, but we had computer issues on Friday afternoon as I was finalizing the packet, and a couple of the things that I couldn't get them printed out before we had to shut down.
Thank you.
So I apologize.
Other questions of staff? Is there a motion to be made?
Move to approve, resolution number 2013-018.
Is there a second?
Second.
Councilmember Jones has moved and Councilmember Putnam has seconded to adopt resolution 2013-018. Councilmember Jones.
Hearing the input from Councilmember Walker, it does bring to light the consequences of 1 year for us. But I believe we have asked the insurance company for extension beyond 2 years, and they've denied that. So, though it may be remote, considering 2012 has been a bang-up year, it might behoove us to spend a little more money to cover the city and its elected and employees for 1 more year, with 2-year service.
Councilmember Putnam.
Yeah, I've had quite a bit of time to think about this, and I also would, I'm leaning in favor of the 2-year coverage. The premium is that high because they see that much risk. They had the option of a lower premium if they wanted to charge us less, if they thought that there wasn't that much risk. It is, I think, priced probably, my guess, not seeing their internal rating information, is that there's a provision in the old contract that they're not allowed to charge us more than 200% of the annual premium that we would have paid had the insurance continued. And my guess is that we are operating under that limit, that they would gladly charge us more if they were able to because of the risk involved. So I'm going to propose amending the resolution to specify a 2-year reporting period at a cost of $81,823 as being less expensive than, probably less expensive than legal fees alone for the alternative.
It sounded like that was a motion. I second that. Councilmember Putnam has moved and Councilmember Walker has seconded to amend resolution 2013-018 to extend the coverage for 2 years at a cost as indicated in our paperwork, whatever that happens to have been. Councilmember Putnam, speak to your motion.
Don't want to be wasting public money, but I think we may be penny wise and pound foolish if we don't buy the extra coverage. The chance of claims is high, the chance of delayed claims is high in case where people may fear for retaliation. The chance of someone who currently doesn't feel like filing a claim changing their mind later on after other events unfold is still with us. I was reluctant, but I think we do need a 2-year coverage.
Councilmember Walker. Further comments from council on the motion to amend? Comments from the audience on the motion to amend?
Agreed.
Motion before the council is a motion by Councilmember Putnam, seconded by Councilmember Walker to amend resolution 2013-018 to extend the extended coverage for 2 years rather than one at an approximate cost of $81,000 and change. All those in favor of the motion to amend, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, please say nay. The motion carries. The motion before the council is the motion by Councilmember Jones, seconded by Councilmember Putnam, to adopt resolution 2013-018 as amended. Councilmember Putnam.
I'd like to make a second motion to amend. I'd like to authorize the Mayor Pro Tem to sign this agreement with CIAW. The mayor has an unbroken record of denial and obstruction in dealing with CIAW. He's misstated the reasons for the cancellation of the prior coverage, misstated the nature of the claims against us. I see every reason to have a backup plan in case he changes his mind and doesn't want to buy the backup coverage either.
There was a motion by Councilmember Putnam. Is there a second?
Second.
Councilmember Jones got it. Motion by Councilmember Putnam to further amend resolution 2013-018 to authorize the mayor and the mayor pro tem to sign the agreement. Councilmember Putnam, did you have anything?
I just noticed the, okay.
What have we missed?
Oh, well,
Councilmember Jones.
Concern I have is, why do we need to have the mayor sign this contract? The council can determine anybody they choose to sign the agreement. If I'm not correct,
Right.
so why do I,
We're speaking of a resolution now.
yeah, but I'm talking about the contract. Do we have that in?
There's a letter in, there's a draft letter in here to the underwriter that's got the mayor's signature on it. I can certainly